Okay. I am just tripping out because the previous one just the recording was laggy. I don't know if it worked, so I switched OBS's. This is now Streamlabs. So I'm about to check my stream to make sure it's actually working and not lagging like the last one was, because it made me so mad. Looks good so far. Hello. Okay. Killing me. So that being said, I'm gonna leave it on here so I can make sure it's actually going to work while I'm playing my game, because I don't trust it. And then this one needs to become full screen. Oh, wrong one. Looks good so far. Now, here's the issue. Do I just replay from the beginning? Or should I just continue from a previous save file? Because that's ridiculous to have to restart from the beginning. Because I'm pretty sure my recording is messed up. I might redo it from the beginning and then just do the same exact playthrough. Possibly, but that's really annoying. I really hate doing that. I don't want to do that, but if I have to, I will. Let's see. So this is where I ended up. This was in the middle. This is before I ended up in the epilogue. I guess it's not chapter 3. It's really up to me to decide, right? We're going to replay from my first save. So I won't go all the way back. Oh. But then I might as well start from the beginning, right? Starting from the beginning.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Okay. The end of the world? What are you
I'm
talking
talking
about?
about the end of everything as we know it. No more birds, no more trees, and perhaps most problematically of all, no more people. You have to put an end to her.
But how can a princess talk to
Don't
in a basement in the
linger
world?
on the specifics. You have a job to do here. Just get in there and do what needs to be done. We're all counting on you.
Do you have any evidence to back this up?
Look, you're already on the path that leads to the cabin. Why would you be here if it weren't to complete a very important task? You've made it this far, you might as well reach the end of your journey.
No. Like, I'll go to the cabin, I'll talk to her. Not
Then I
committing
guess we'll
to
just
it.
have to see what happens. But a word of warning. If you go in prepared to hear her out, she could easily trap you in her web of lies. And the more you listen to her honeyed words, the harder it'll be to pull yourself out. Then each and every one of us is doomed. So sure, go, talk to her. See how that turns out for all of us. You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them. Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Proceed to the cabin.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
First time we entered without it. I had to
The
remember.
door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice softly carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
It's hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed.
I'm here to save
How
you.
many times do I have to tell you how dangerous letting her out of here would be before it finally sinks in?
Wait, really? You're here to rescue me? I was starting to think I'd be stuck down here forever. Come downstairs. I want to see the face of my rescuer.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone? I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Hi. I can't believe you're here. I've been waiting for something like this to happen forever. I hope you brought something to deal with these chains.
I in fact did not, because I wanted you to like me.
Don't do it. If she gets out of those chains,
Because
we're
I'm
all one
replaying
step
everything.
closer to the end.
Step closer to the end. And I'm about to break. Go up to examine.
You're only making this more difficult.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're making a huge mistake. No, you're doing the right thing. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Maybe it's somewhere doubtful.
Just gonna
Whoever
skip
locked
a little bit. Going to check upstairs.
Okay. I'll be here.
you attempted to make someone else.
Hey,
You're
let me out
shouting.
of here. Try the
You
door.
tried.
Return to the bottom of the stairs.
You make it easier for everyone. Look at them.
I heard the door slam.
There's a slight panic.
If I could just get out of there.
She rips her flesh from her
Chewing
body.
her
It's the blade,
shit.
or you won't like.
Save the princess.
Against you cut into her. The
Ugh.
blade is sharp,
Ugh.
and it takes her. She didn't so. No. She How is she still?
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
Approach the locked
No.
door.
We won't have as the prince. Wait, watch me.
What?
I'm going to warn her.
Stop that. Your body lunges forward, but the princess stops.
And then I'm gonna resist.
The blade! As your body...
We both...
She nervously
I'm sorry.
She plunges
And
it
she
into...
does
Stay.
this.
For... Whatever. She doesn't know. Apparently not.
Sucks.
I'm so sorry.
With one last... It can't just end. Oh,
Right.
everything goes
And
dark.
we die.
You're
Okay.
on a path. You're hit.
Okay, no.
Oh, if he doesn't... Yes, he... Oh, yes. Ah,
Beloved.
we'll see. What can I...
Wish I thought
Was
I
it-
would do anything.
You would... Well, oh, I'm not going... Any... If it's the... Do you think she...
I'm with
That's
them.
right. You can't... We're... These...
Proceed to the cabin. I was over it.
Warn. She will... I think I do. Sure. Don't pay that...
Proceed. I'm sorry. I just did this. I spent nearly an entire hour on it. I'm not walking through the whole thing.
The interior of the cat... The...
You didn't say anything about
That's
the mirror on the wall.
I'm sure...
Why would
Exactly.
you lie?
Very different. Is it?
Very different.
So...
Approach the mirror.
You walk...
Wipe the mirror clean.
You reach for... But it was there... And now it's gone. Pity. We could have a feather out of place, and now we'll never know. We can't gallantly sweep her off her feet if we have a feather out of place.
I can't remember if I take the blade or not the second time around. I'm trying to think. I did bring it this time.
You take the blade from... I suppose if we're to play the role of Dash... Hopefully it does. There's no... But it's still a soft...
Hello?
Her voice... Yes, for everyone's sake, you're not in love. You walk... You know... She... Oh, your spirits...
It's...
Did you... And she... Flat... Wait... That's right. Well, only... And you've... Now...
Do I have to really cut you out again?
What? She
Really
didn't...
didn't
no.
care for that much. Sorry about what happened
Another
last
version.
time.
That's
The
a-
narrator
She-
took
you
over.
think she died? I think you...
What happened after I
You
died?
di-
You killed me last time and it hurt a lot.
I'm
Why
sorry.
did you do that?
Did we war she?
Before we start talking, did
I
the roll
don't
in?
know.
Isn't that... You listen...
And then I didn't say anything.
The princess's eyes quiver.
I didn't end the world? I didn't end the world.
She's clear... Or she...
Rescue the
No.
princess.
You're what? Yeah, not I. You. I'd listen to him if I can't. I told...
I'm free.
The prince... Is that you? You're going to...
What do we do?
We leave and figure out. Yeah, I want to do
That
that.
sounds perfect.
As the princess... I like to think... Look, I will mope a... And what happened? That's a familiar... Did I do that last time?
Oh no.
She's right. Enough. Of course. You listen. I'm just a...
Last time, open the door by myself.
Okay.
I don't know.
You place your hand
Either
on
way,
the door. And...
works.
The lock click. Ah! I knew it. You're... You know, that's not... Yes, what...
Stayed here and bit a life together.
What? That's exactly... Did you... You answered...
But
Well, she's not...
I did choose the first option, and surprisingly, she took it pretty
Yes.
well.
I think it's too...
but I don't know you. This is...
Her eyes dark.
I guess we could do that.
I don't know. No. It has the voice thinks it's thought. Your hand. Oh, butter. What? What is he doing? We can't
We'll let
see
this
unless
part
you
play
tell
out.
us. Are you sure you want to know? I suppose I can't stall forever. You plunge your nails into your chest, digging deep, grasping for a handhold. And you find it, your fingers curling around your ribs.
Oh no! What are you doing? Are you okay? You can't do that and be okay.
Time out. He should not be allowed to do that. He's not the decider.
And yet, it's done, isn't it?
It
Gives
will
me
be soon.
shivers.
You yank violently, your bones cracking with wet pops as you pull yourself apart inch by painful inch. Your exposed heart, framed by jagged ribs, thumps rhythmically in your raw, bloodied chest. The loosened threads of your body unfurling to cover the surface of the room.
Don't mind my sacrifice. It's a fair price to pay to give her everything she doesn't know she wants.
It's fucked up.
Oh, I see. You're trying to tell me something. It's beautiful.
The princess, mesmerized, reaches towards your beating heart, and then everything goes dark and we die? Yes. You're on a path in the woods. Mate, we're clearly already in the cabin. Excuse me? You're clearly... Oh. Huh. So you are. How do you know about the cabin? I didn't get to the cabin part of my opening monologue yet. We've been here before. Well, not here, but I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. You knew about the loop in last time. Now, he's clearly disorientated. I'm sure all this new info is going to
Disoriented.
come as quite a shock to him. Best if we're gentle. And right on cue, here's the new guy. Welcome!
He's so over it.
Thank you. I'm just happy to be here. Okay, yes, I get it. You've been here before. That's terrible. You know that, right? Because the only reason you would have been here before is if you failed in whatever world you'd come from. Meaning you doomed an entire other reality. But I'm sure since you're so well-travelled, you know that, yes? Well, we know that now, thanks. I'm going to describe the room now. The interior of the cabin is vast and regal. High
Roll for
arched
the
windows line
opportunist.
the walls. There before you, there's...
But then also, kind of getting tired. Okay. First choose to kill us.
Now that is some Of course, the blade's important, but it's not there, is it?
Where's the first
Yeah,
one?
we're better off with that. Is that?
Now to get the top out the mirror.
What is that? Is this? Oh, I see. Good for you. Mirror or
Approach the mirror.
you cross. Well, you figures, and then you push the door open. If the prince, don't worry, I'm not. Where? No, you. Her voice.
You're home.
As much as what? Got us that. This hall, your. Yeah, that easy.
You're here.
As the words leave her.
Oh, right, dinner.
The flames burn bright, and a shadow dives across the table. In its wake, it leaves a feast.
Go ahead and dig in. I'm sure you're hungry.
Am I ever? Look at this spread. It's a feast fit for a king. Yeah, and after everything we've been through, we could use a break. More than that, we deserve a break. You begin to feast, and the princess follows suit, her soft smile never fading. The food is more exquisite than you ever could have imagined. You sample countless otherworldly dishes, sauces and bread and hearty stews whose tastes dance across your tongue. You tear at hunks of meat practically melting from the bone, juicy and tender and bursting with flavors you could scarcely begin to describe. Your cup fills itself again and again with a flowery nectar so sweet it tastes like glimmering jewels. This really is perfect, isn't it? It is the best meal you've ever had. But then it's over, and you're just as hungry as when you began.
Wasn't that perfect? We should do it again.
The shadow washes across the table, clearing and replating. The feast is once again laid before you. The food is good. Again, you tear into golden crispy flesh, dab at the slurry of aromatic sauces on your plate with thick-crusted bread, sip your goblet of sparkling gems. But you have done this already. A good meal is still a good meal, and we didn't even have to clear the dishes. I'm happy. And then it's over, and you're just as hungry as when you began.
You're still hungry too, right? I know this wasn't as good as it was last time, but we just have to do it again. That's all. It'll be perfect if we just do it again.
So the shadow sweeps over the table, clearing the old and laying out the new. And so you do it again. The meat is fine, the bread is fine. You sample the side dishes and they're fine too. You finish your goblet, the liquid within no longer glimmering on your palate, instead leaving your mouth coated in a tacky film. You put it down and it fills again. You do not drink more. Well, food is food, isn't it? Can't always be amazing. What matters is that we don't have to make it. Getting other people to do the hard work always improves the taste. Does it? Because it seems like the taste is getting worse, and we haven't had to so much as lift a finger. Regardless of quality, it's over again, and you're just as hungry as when you began. Again.
No, something was wrong that time. But maybe I was just tasting it wrong. It looks just as good as it did the first time. It shouldn't taste like this.
Again, the shadow replaces your feast. And the meat is greasy. The bread is tough, its crust hurting your jaw as you chew. The grey vegetables are barely worth the effort of picking through. You don't even touch the goblet, its sickly sweet aroma utterly unappealing.
It's sad how every time she's looking up at the smitten, like talking to him, trying to reassure him, like that he's like doing a good job, but for some reason it's not enough, or it's not what she wants. But she's like trying to reassure him against like the truth of the matter, which is like this isn't what she wants.
I'm so tired of eating. Well, it's still free food we didn't have to make, right? Oh, am I kidding? We were eating like kings and now we're eating like pigs. At least you still have the memory of how good it was the first time, right?
I'm so tired of this.
As the words leave her mouth, one of the torches on the wall sputters and then goes out entirely.
What just happened? Did I do something wrong?
See, she's looking up at him.
Not a fan of whatever just happened. I don't want to sit in the dark. Losers sit in the dark. I want to sit in a brightly lit, spacious room where we can see our beautiful, queenly wife. As if in response to the dousing of their brother, the other three torches blaze brighter, their flames licking at the walls. Their shadows deepen, dancing angrily across the stone.
I don't think you did anything wrong. I think you just said something you wanted to say.
But it was wrong. I took away a piece of our light. I'm not supposed to do that. I don't want him to be upset with me.
Placating the relationship. He said he. Who is he?
He's the voice that whispers sweet nothings in my ear. I think he made this place for us.
Yep.
Is she talking about a real voice? Like us, but we're at the head of the table. We should be in charge. Is he more powerful than we are?
Just shut up. Dumbass, man. Hey, Shadow. Don't you have anything to say?
The torches flare and the shadow grows for a moment, but you don't receive a response.
Is it a face? What is that? Is that something behind him?
Giving us the cold shoulder, I say, asserting his dominance in the power structure. Regardless, it would seem that he, if there is a he, isn't something you can talk to.
He says his words are just for me. But he wants me to ask, isn't this enough? Isn't this what you wanted him to do? He says he's tired, and I don't think he'll answer anything else you have to say.
This isn't fair. If I could just talk to him for 2 seconds, I'm sure we could But as you attempt to get up, the torches flare and shadow will be no. The princess smiles nervously.
Oh, yeah, don't worry about it. That's just how it works here. We don't have to go anywhere anymore. We have everything we need. He just wants us to be happy.
It's so hard. Do we actually have everything we need? Because it doesn't feel like it. It feels
We've been given everything someone else has told us we wanted. But it isn't what we want.
As the words leave the princess's mouth, another torch goes out. Again, the remaining flames burn brighter, and the shadow dances faster.
I'm happy. I promise. We're both so happy here. You don't have to be upset.
This is awful.
It is.
Isn't it great that we're all having such a lovely time together? We just have to stay positive and realize how happy we are. Then all of those lights will stay on and keep showing us all the cool stuff we have. Yeah, sure.
Are you actually happy here?
The princess starts to hyperventilate, her quick breaths punctuating the uncomfortable silence between you.
Yes. Why wouldn't I be? Let's not talk about it.
She's being defensive. And we all know being defensive is a sign.
Girl, bye. Anyways. Oh, okay, I'm getting something slightly different. We need the truth. You need to tell me how you really feel.
I don't feel anything.
The third torch sputters out. The princess's shadow dances furiously against the far wall.
There's just one left. What's going to happen when it goes out?
Damn, we could have played the game. Whatever. Okay. Don't worry about what's going to happen. If you could do anything in the world, what would it be? What would you choose?
I think I'd like to dance under the stars.
That sounds lovely.
But there aren't any stars here. I'd have to leave.
As she says that, the shadow rushes forward and tightens its grip on her wrists.
No!
I'm not happy here. I don't think I ever was.
The princess sobs, burying her face in her hands as the final torch blows out.
Last time I said why you're crying. This time I want to say you can open your eyes. I'm still here, you know.
She raises her head, mascara trailing down her cheeks.
So you are. It's dark in here, isn't it?
The princess's eyes dart to the floor.
Well, we can't sit here forever. That part of us is over.
The princess pushes herself from her chair, and you instinctively do the same, waiting by the top of the stairs as she quietly crosses the room.
Do you still care about me?
Oh my god. I don't know if I ever have, but maybe I can now.
That's a nice thought. I think this place was bad for us. It was keeping us small. I think it's time for us to go.
She looks so existential right here.
As the princess steps towards the stairs, you offer her your hand. The corners of her mouth curl into a demure smile, and she gently takes your hand in hers. She's cold and a little clammy, but her skin against yours is the most real thing you have ever felt. You're offering surprisingly little resistance. If we leave the cabin, doesn't that end the world? He's right, you know. You're giving us some real mixed signals, boss. Yes, well, I've seen my fairy tale ending, and I think there might be worse things than the end of the world. Well, this is less work for us anyways. Think what you will. I'm done fighting.
This narrator in this reality makes me so sad.
You and the princess don't exchange words as you descend the stairs to the cabin's entrance. And then the two of you step out into the world. I think this is the end of me, even if it's not the end of you. I hope this was worth it. Genuinely, I do.
I'll miss you, narrator, in this world.
He's really gone,
Oh.
isn't he? No boss anymore? No one left to tell us what to do?
The
Skipping
stars
him.
are so beautiful.
A quiet moment passes over you. A comfortable quiet.
I meant it when I said I wanted to dance.
She silently pulls you forward. The two of you fall into a graceful step. The only rhythm that guides you is the shared thumping of your hearts, beating in perfect unison. Her face, worn and tired, brightens the faster you move, a soft, sad smile, widening and widening until it reflects only genuine affection. You send her out into a wide spin, and your arms stretch to their limits, only the tenuous grasp of your hand into hers holding you together. You share a gaze that feels like it lasts forever.
Thank you for taking me here. This is nice, even if it's a little cold outside.
Oh! It's nice to skip the opportunist. That boy says some stupid shit, but you do not get the chance to respond. Something has taken her away, and it's left something else in
Is
her
that a
place.
mirror?
Oh, it skipped 2 lines. I don't know where she went, and I don't know how we'd even
Does this
go about
mean we
looking for
what?
her.
Right. There's something. If he thinks. I'm begging you.
Ah! It's you. I can see extra details that I can't normally see. It's kind of like a human body, like mannequin. With like... It's like a mannequin with little crow arms. It's like you're small. You are at the cabin. Approach her.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel. Yes, nerves and fibers to feel the worlds beyond, perspectives to make my own.
This one is a songbird in a cage of gilded shadows. She will make for an honest heart.
See if I can be out of the way a little bit.
Do not mourn her. She has finally learned to sing for herself.
Is this
How
singing of the
can the
world?
world have ended if we are talking?
What are you?
I am solitary lights in an empty city. What are you?
I'm a human on the other side of this computer.
Thoughts without connections. A dim and nascent network. I wish to be more.
I'm a person.
A person. A set of eyes witnessing from one perspective. I think that you are more like me than you are like a person. We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks.
Let her out of there!
I'm sorry. There are some changes that can never be undone. There are some tears that can never be unshed. This is not a place that can hold a fragment of a concept. The moment she arrived here, she was going to return to me. I promise that it doesn't hurt.
Do you know the narrator?
You are the only thing I have ever known. The space we're in is vacant. Nothing comes here but us. I know only that they are. She is part of me, and part of me is her. Nothing, as we are, but I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them. There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to. Bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole, and perhaps then we will know our freedom.
Alright.
She asks that I tell you to remember her. You won't.
Woo! Everything goes dark and you die. The hero and the princess. We're back
You're
at
on
the
a
beginning.
path in the woods.
Oh. With that, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna check to make sure everything worked on the recording side. Gonna look through my previous recording, see what I can salvage from it, and then I'm gonna go to bed. And then I will do this probably tomorrow, because I want to keep playing. I want to be reasonable. Let me go ahead and save. Boop. Where we left off. Okay. Well, to anyone who's going to watch eventually, appreciate you. Especially putting up with this BS that I gotta deal with using a new OBS system or whatever.